It's your girl Blessed LeFaith today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be sharing study tips, and I'm also going to be sharing my own testimony on how I did last semester versus this semester. So first things first, math tips. I talked about doing math tips in my previous video, so here it is. It's very important to learn concepts. Meet with your professor one-on-one, and instead of writing down the tips on how to do things like with the numbers, write down what steps you need to take instead of exactly the numbers. Because I noticed that my brain doesn't just remember, oh, I did this number, I did this number, I did this number. Yes, it's good to have what you did during class, like, okay, this is the steps, and maybe it just clicks to your head, and it does sometimes, but sometimes there's something missing, and like, you keep doing it, and it's just not working, and you're like, what's going on? For me, in order to catch exactly what my professor has been doing, and with math, there's lots of repetition. You do the same thing sometimes, and you get a similar outcome, or you get another number. And if you do miss one little teeny detail, boom, just like that, the whole answer's wrong. So you have to really understand what steps to take. If this happens, what outcome does it have? So in order to figure out what outcome you have, you want to make sure that you ask questions. Professor, teacher, what do I do if this happens? That is one of the most important questions to have to your professor or teacher. I don't care if you're in high school, middle school, college. It's very important to ask questions. Even if it might seem like, oh my gosh, like don't give a fried chicken about what other people think, okay? And also, it doesn't hurt to over prepare yourself. When you kind of over prepare yourself, it only makes you ahead of the class, a step ahead. I'm a strong believer that I study for like hours when I study, and I make sure that when you're studying not for yourself, but studying as if you're studying for God. That's one of the biggest, when you make it not about yourself, you make it about, I'm working in diligence, I'm working and I'm giving my whole heart into this, then it's, oh yeah, I never talked about this shirt. So, t-shirt. So, my t-shirt that I just got, I actually got this off of Wish. Like, a lot of people don't like, oh no, don't shop on Wish. But I bought this shirt on Wish, and I love it. I think it's kind of cute. Like, not today say, So, I think that this shirt kind of is a good reference for this topic, because sometimes during school, you could be working hard, and it feels like you're not doing exactly as good as other people, but you're putting the same effort, if not more. And, you gotta be like, not today, Satan. So, next concept for study tips I'm going to be talking about is English, essays, all this other stuff. For me, a really good tip that I use and that I kind of just found out that really helps me is just ask questions. Like if you have that option to write a thesis about anything you want, figure out within that concept what questions you have. Or if you have a concept and it's just like, they ask you a question, ask a question with the question, because your whole point is to ask a question, like answer your question. But if you have a question within that question to talk about, make that your thesis, relate it to that. Take exactly what that question is, copy and paste that, and turn that into an answer. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, what if the question was, how does segregation affect America? You take exactly what that says. Segregation affects America, ... come up with a whole list of a whole bunch of things about why segregation how it affects America, and just boom, 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 boom. And right then and there, you have a whole bunch of topics that you can talk about. But then on top of that, ask questions. Like, how does this affect? How does this affect this? And that's when you are starting to come up with claims. Wow, that's how you analyze your stuff. This is how you really get interested in what you're writing up, because now it's about what you think, and then you can also, based on that, you can find research for your research paper, or whether or not it's just like a regular paper. I don't know. You know what your paper's about, what kind of paper it is. But that helps me. Now, another tip for English or writing, this can also be for like philosophy, whatever class you have where you have to write a paper, history, I don't know. What you might want to do is make your life easy. So me, I'm one of those people where I can talk about my paper better than I can actually write about it sometimes, especially when I have like brain, like when I'm trying to get it into words, my brain is like, what do I say? What really helps me is click the button that records your voice and turns it into words for you. You can edit later. Literally, I just talk out my papers. After I get all those concepts about what I'm going to talk about, then I can ask all those questions and try to answer them. I can answer them with my own mouth, right? And find research to back it up. Now, if it don't back up your research, you need to do research first and revamp that. But it depends. Do you have experience in your topic or not? Because then you can look at your research and then you can back it up. Or vice versa. You can just look at your paper, look at your topics. What is it about? And that's really helpful. Another thing that has helped me a lot. So just to like get a little more personal from my experience, last semester I didn't get the grades that I liked. I had a whole bunch of B's and I had a D+. And that D+ was in accounting. Accounting is not easy. Heads up, not easy. And especially if you're at like one of those good top schools and they're whipping you behind. Whoa, accounting just, okay. So it's very conceptual, in a sense where if you do not understand exactly, like, if you are missing a little bit of a detail, it can really screw you up on what you thought it really meant, because it said one thing, but then there was a small detail that you just didn't really get. And also another class that was challenging for me was philosophy. I only took it once, but with accounting, I actually took it again. I took it again last semester, so I went from a D+ to an A-, and that it was really challenging both times, but the second time obviously was better, and the second time I learned from my mistakes. I gotta be honest, I didn't read the book, but I definitely think that what really helped me was being able to meet with my professors and ask clarifying questions based on concepts, because I read that book and it was very confusing. For some people, they can read, they can understand it, and it just clicks like magic, boop. But me, when I first started to read that book, it actually confused me worse. I was messing up. I was like, and if you're one of those people who will do both, props for you. But reading the book confused me, and then when I went to class, I got more confused, and then when I met with the teacher, I was like, what? So it was very important for me to meet with the professor and just take notes based on what she was saying. And then YouTube really helped me as well, going over those concepts, seeing how they correlated. And then I also had a tutor. A lot of schools, even high school, they have tutors programs. They also have, like at my college, they have tutors per department. So there's like an accounting department. There's like different things to really help you understand concepts. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I don't know which way it is, so yeah, one of those. And thank you for watching. So, my personal testimony. So, the last semester, like I said, I had all B's and 1 D+ in that accounting that I retook. And this semester, however, I have all A's, A minuses, straight down the board. And that is honestly God, because like that was a lot of work, and with coronavirus and everything going on, it was not easy. But you know what? God is good. So I just want to talk about like all these study tips that I've learned to share with you guys, so that when you're going through, you guys know that you're not alone, and that it's easy. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, when you work for it and when you are diligent about what you're doing and you do it for God and not just for yourself, you can get through it no matter what it is. Sometimes it's not even math. It could just be your situation with your parents. It could be a situation with your friends. When you work for it and you really put your effort into communicating, understanding, and do it for God. Whatever you do, work hard and do it with your all. And I promise you, and you do it with God. You pray, you read your Bible, you stay consistent with God, and you really ask God for help. What is it that I'm struggling with, so I can't get this concept because I'm getting frustrated? Figure it out. You can do this. You got this. I believe in you. You believe in yourself. And most of all, stay blessed, have faith, and stay awesome.